Hello everybody, it's Mama Shar here. Welcome back to a brand new video on this channel. In today's video, as you guys can tell, I have 2 hickeys for my girlfriend. Thank you for showing up to the video even though you're not here right now. If you guys didn't check out our last live stream that we had together, go check it out. We had it together. We went to Starbucks, went to the mall, all that jazz. It was actually kind of a fun time with my girlfriend. Also, if you guys have not checked out my last stream, I'm actually starting up a whole streaming series called Times with Charlotte. That video actually is doing pretty damn good. Better than my actual made edited videos. That's just actually surprisingly that my stream is doing way better than my videos lately. So I'm just hoping that this one does very good. Since I haven't had any success on my edited uploads, and hopefully that changes. First and foremost, before we start this, if you guys want to go follow me on all my social medias, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, go check them all out in the link in the descriptions below, or at least shows off the username so you guys can type it up, and you guys can find me there. That's where I'm very active on, is my social media. I mean, it's very easy to be active on social media, I think, in my opinion. I want to talk about a subject, it's something that, very taboo. I mean, I talked about it before. I want to talk about it again because this is a response video. I know, who makes response videos nowadays? Charlotte. Mama Char still makes response videos. So today's video, I really want to talk to you guys a bit about a YouTuber I watch, a YouTuber I'm subscribed to, and a YouTuber that doesn't have the best of views in my opinion, that line up to what I view, but she actually is, she's almost like a Blair White. I do like Blair White as a YouTuber, I do like her as a person. Do I agree with everything she sees in the community? Probably not. But this one came as a shock when Miss London, if you guys haven't checked out her YouTube channel, I'll have her linked in the description as well. Miss London actually posted a video on YouTube talking about the defense of trans kids. Now, I want to talk to you guys about this because we all know Blair White as the trans woman that does not like trans kids. The whole thought process of letting a kid transition, in other words. I'm not saying she hates trans kids, like kids that are transitioning, but she doesn't agree with kids transitioning. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. A lot of people might agree to that because they are transgender, because they transition at an older age, and because they think, oh, since I passed right now and everything's good right now, everybody should not have to transition until later on in life. And this is where I actually agree with London on, because a lot of people always get bugged over the fact that passing's not a big deal. And the reality is, it is a big deal. It really is. I know I watch a lot of stuff Sanjati, and I know she is a very progressive-minded YouTuber as a trans woman. She thinks, she says, you shouldn't have to feel like you should have to pass. And that's completely true. If that's not your motive, that's not your motive. But I'm going to be honest with you guys, when it comes to your image, who you show yourself as, and the person that you kind of want to show to the world, you really want to present yourself as such, the gender that you're transitioning to, or I honestly don't know what non-binary looks like. What would non-binary look like? I don't know. A lot of people think, oh, it's just pink hair and short hair for chicks. For guys, it's just long hair and a little bit of eyeliner, and you're non-binary, right? That's what they all say. But I really don't know what that non-binary look would look like. I mean, somebody help me in the comment section. But we are talking about kids transitioning from gender to gender. And why are they doing it, and is it okay? In my opinion, I have plenty of trans kids that are transitioning that follow me. I also have some parents that are added me on Facebook that actually have kids as young as 3 years old transitioning. Let me tell you guys, it doesn't have to be with hormones. It could be just letting the kid live as their authentic self for a couple of years till they realize, oh, this is what I want. This is what I still want. Every decision I said in life you make is gonna change the future. So to say, oh, well, they take hormones, they're gonna basically make themselves look like not be able to take care of their family. And don't get me wrong, everybody wants a family when they get older, But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It really is not impossible. Nowadays, you can adopt. There's plenty of kids out there that need an adopted parents because their natural born parents just don't want to do it, okay? And I'm not saying all of them, I'm just saying some of them. And nowadays, there's a high demand of adopting kids, so it's not a big deal. I know. I know it's not your biological kids, but nowadays anybody can be born with anything, you know, not be able to have kids. It's not unnatural for that to happen. Okay? I do agree with London because when you do transition at a young age, you do avoid a lot of things that puberty might put you through. When I was a kid, I wasn't at war with my gender. And because I wasn't at war with my gender, I actually had to realize later on in life that I was trans, right? But there's a lot of kids nowadays, because of social media, that figure out at an early age, and or parents that figure out their kids might be transgender at an early age, and they want to help their kids because, you know, like, there's different levels of dysphoria. If your dysphoria wasn't that big, you know, you're not going to really know it until later on in life. If your dysphoria was big, you might want to try to avoid it, or you might do it at an early age. For instance, if Blair White transitioned at a younger age, her views at kids transitioning would be completely different. But because she transitioned at such a later age, as, like, you know, an adult, she believes, well, I did it like this, everyone should do it like this, and it shouldn't be done like this. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm not a hater of Blair White. I like her, I follow her, I subscribe to her. She followed me for a while, and she unfollowed me for some reason. I don't know if it's because she watched one of my videos and she didn't like how my views were, I don't know. But she doesn't follow me out of randomly, okay? But what I'm saying is, the views on who should transition, who shouldn't, is none of anybody else's business but that person's themselves. Unless the parent is clearly putting their kid through a lot of distress and making them transition, that's not right. Okay, we all know that. We all get the whole child abuse thing. That can be child abuse. But the problem is, not always is the parent trying to push their kid into transitioning. A lot of times, the parents don't want their kids to transition, and the kids have no other motive other than to sit there and be like, you know, this is gonna make me kill myself. I am going through a lot of distress because I'm not living as my authentic self. And the parents look for help for their kids because they love their kids. They don't put them through hormones because, I just want my kid to, you know, be another gender. That's like not, no. Some parents might, but most parents don't. A lot of kids that are transitioning are happy to be the gender that they're presenting themselves as, because the way is that the parents will show them. Later on in life, when they realize puberty is going to hit them hardcore, they're going to try their best to stay, you know, on that line of being, transitioning, and I totally agree with them. When you take blockers, take it from the people that do take the blockers, that it does not affect your health whatsoever, okay? It just prolongs puberty. And I can't say that personally because I don't really know. I really don't know nothing about blockers. I never took blockers, but I'm sure that if the people that are taking the blockers are telling you they're not affecting their body very well, that's first-hand experience, right? There's always going to be those Poindexters in the comment section, like, but I took my blockers and now I can't even have a baby. I'm like, no, that's probably not true, but, you know, sometimes it just happens. What I'm trying to say, though, is if it doesn't harm you and you can prolong your puberty, to be honest, like, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. Transitioning as an adult, I still wish I came out as a kid, because if I came out as a kid, I could have gone through all this bullshit of unacceptance early at an age, and like get acceptance from my family a lot earlier than now, where I'm still trying to, like, you know, fight my way to get acceptance from my family, right? Whereas back then, it's more understandable because you're a child. You're not an adult. People look at it as an adult decision that I made, so they don't want to hear about it. But when you're a kid and you do it, it's more respected and it's more understood by people that you're going through certain things, okay? I know I have a pimple right here. I know it's like the worst pimple ever, and you can see it on screen. It's so fucking bad. Oh my god. Everybody pray for Charlotte, Mama Char. Pray for me, please, because this sucks. This sucks. No acne anywhere but here, because I go through a little bit of stress and then I get this big ass fucking pimple because I just deserve it, right? What has this world come to? I digress. Sorry. Let's get back to the topic. For me, if I wish I would have came out at an earlier age so I could have avoided puberty. This is why. I could have easily avoided my different, you know, basically different features I could have gotten. I would have avoided this right up here. I would have avoided this up here. I would have avoided this voice and this Adam's apple down here. And I would have grown boobs a lot better because I was a younger age. My shoulders wouldn't have broadened, even though my shoulders don't seem like they're broadened at all. and my shape would have been way more natural looking. Not saying it's not natural, but like I would look a lot more feminine if I did come out before I gone through puberty. And I'm being straight up honest, I wouldn't be suffering from the bullshit I'm going through now if I did transition at an earlier age. And I'm not saying because I would have gotten all this stuff done first, but it would have definitely stopped a lot of changes that could have easily destroyed a lot of trans people. There's a lot of trans people that cannot pass because they're tall chicks with, you know, huge hands. And look at me, I have big hands. Oh, sorry about the nail. That's fucking the worst. It's the worst. I have huge hands, big hands, but I guess they're long fingers and they kind of help me pass in a way. But I have big hands, big feet, not big feet. I have like, I mean, size 9.5 in the women's, which is not necessarily the average woman's size. So it is, if you think about it, pretty big for a woman. And I have just a lot of different things, even my voice. Like, it would have been so much easier if I didn't have to worry about a voice drop happening in my life. And I'm just being honest. Passing is a big thing. Whether you are trans or not, whether you are trans, you know that what you do every day, transition, is to look better and more passable than you did before. That's how it works. Now, if people sit there in the comment section and think that I'm just an asshole because I say that, like, this is true. Like, honestly, I work every day to be not only my authentic self, but to pass, to be looked at as a female by everybody I see. Because if I get called a he or him or a sir, what's the point of being transgender? Okay? So when you're transitioning from one gender to another, your goal is to look like the other, not like the old one or androgynous or in between. You want to look like that one. That's what transgender is. That's what transitioning is. Passing is a big deal because if you pass, it helps you get into relationships. It helps you get into acceptance of people. When you don't pass, people tend to look at you more of an outcast than not an outcast. And I hate to say it, but that's the truth. People will be embarrassed to be around you. Unless they're really cool and they're really nice and they're really supportive, they won't care. But there have been people I've been told by that said they would have been embarrassed to be with me out in public. Just saying. And that's the truth. It sucks, but it's the truth. I can't just sit there and sugarcoat things for you guys and for my own self because I think that that's the way it should be. The thing is, when it comes to passing, it's very hard. There are some people that are just, you cannot, like, for instance, I can't change the size of my hands. I can't change the size of my feet. I cannot change certain things that male puberty did to me. But I can change what I have seen myself, and surgeries and HRT, that's the best I can do. The boobs didn't really grow because I'm already after puberty. And getting boobs later on in life in the transition is very much harder. Whereas, like, people like Jazz Jennings, have you seen that chick's boobs? She didn't have no boob surgery, and she got her bigger boobs than me. They're more natural. She didn't have to lower her voice. She did not have, I mean, a lot of being transgender is, she's still gonna have that part in between her legs. It's gonna probably bug her. For anybody, no matter when you transition, because you're born with that. Whereas puberty is later on in life. That's what the whole transitioning as a kid thing is. You embrace your future and you try to cut off that significant bad future that could happen. Now, there's a lot of stories about, what if they regret it in the future? What if they don't want to transition? Well, you know what? That's why you give them time. That's why blockers are a thing. You don't take blockers for 3 or 4 years. You take blockers for about a year, and that gives you enough time to decide whether that's your true outcome in life, what you want to do. Now, if some kid or some adult changes their mind, it's, you guys got to understand that it's life. Things change all the time. To sit there and think, well, if they're going to change, I don't want them to go through it. Well, you guys got to understand that we go through things all the time. A decision I make tomorrow might affect my future, might affect how I work, might affect how I do YouTube, might affect how anything happens. But I take that risk because it is my life, and because we only have one life, and because, in my opinion, if you do what you want to do, if you do what you feel like is right, you're going to be happy. And if it's not the right thing later on in life, then it's not going to be the right thing later on in life. And you just got to embrace the change, and you got to embrace the consequences of the actions and the good things that can come from them too as well. The learning, the lessons of that you learn, all that stuff. In my opinion, we learn a lot of stuff making decisions. Good and bad. Be okay with it. Understand that no matter what you do in life, you're going to affect your future. Okay? There's a lot of bad things people do in the world that people wish they couldn't do, but a lot of people aren't fighting against and saying, stop smoking, stop drinking, you know? People do it all the damn time. That shit changes your life. That shit, you can regret it later on in life. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you guys off like that. I'm just gonna leave the video at that. If you guys want any more to talk on this topic, I will definitely make another video on this because I think I have a lot more to talk about. But I totally agree with London. Props to you, girl, for basically stepping out of your comfort zone. You and I can't remember what his name was, but there is the guy that's on her video, and I will definitely be linking him as well in the description because he was very smart too, and I know he's more conservative as well. They're both conservative YouTubers as trans people, so you know, to see a conservative YouTuber that's trans, it's pretty like surprising. And not only that, but I kind of look up to them because they're an outcasted opinion in the trans community, but they're very much looking out for people's safety as well. So we're all human beings. We all have decisions. We all have opinions. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, leave it a fat thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys have not. Become a Charlotte here today. And also, go check out all my videos. Go comment all of them. Go spread the love. And also, if you guys can, purchase my book, Apple Mia, on the internet. Or if you go to a local Barnes & Noble store, you guys go check it out on Barnes & Noble as well. Order a printed copy or a digital copy. And be ready for my upcoming books coming up in the near future. And you guys will definitely not be disappointed. I also have a GoFundMe. I also have a Patreon. So if you guys want to go check out those and go help me donate on those. Down links in the description. Also, if you guys can, follow me on my social media links. I'm always on there. I'm always on the socials. So, yeah. I love you guys lots. Like, share, thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video.